Hey, what's the deal? Back at y'all niggas again, man. Getting to some science. That's what we dealing with today right here, man. The devil. Hope niggas don't get spooked out and shit. At yourself. That's all the devil is. In the words of Michael Jackson, just another part of me. Just another part of you. And that's the reason why you have what is referred to as the ills of the world. And that ain't even a proper word, because ill, that's what, let's get into that too. Some of y'all niggas been slipping on. First and foremost, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and with our will, and all that. That's in this book. In the beginning was the Word. Words are powerful. Even more so than that, your perception of words is even more powerful. What these people have did, or somewhere down the line, a lot of words have been, the meaning has been reversed, or the opposite of the original meaning of the word has been replaced with the opposite meaning of the word. You still got people that think nigga is a some type of word that it's not supposed to be used or whatever. Well, first and foremost, let's deal with intent. It's not that you're being insulted when white people call you a nigga. It's the intent behind the word. You know, you got white dudes from the hood and shit that grew up in the culture, or grew up in nigga culture, so to speak, and they use the word, and the black friends have no problem with this. Me being one of them, I've been around cats from the hood that was white or partook of the nature and shit. I mean, excuse me, partook of the culture. And you know, you don't get mad when you hear a white person that is not saying, that's just speaking the language of the environment that is being raised in, or partaken of, or whatever. You know, so at least I don't. Some cats still do, because they don't get it. Like, you know, they be like, man, I don't care how cool he is, I don't want him saying nigga, blah blah. But it's like, man, look, the word nigga is divinity. It's a reference to that which makes you divine. The nigga, the nagas, the knockers, the knuckle, the inga. Sometimes it's just spelled NGA without the I, A, I, O, U, the vowels, you know, sometimes by whatever. It's not a, because I see words where nigga, compound words, when reading about our ancient science, and the word nigga being there in some form of fashion, N-G-A, N-I-G-A, N-G-R-E, Negro, That's not a negative word. It's actually a word of power. That's why you wasn't able to let it go. It's not an accident that even after slavery and all that, we would still call each other niggas, because that's what we are. We're niggas. That's why they tried to about a good 10 or so years ago, they tried to get Al Sharpton in the game to bury the word. This was right around the time Nas dropped nigga. And he was having a problem with getting that album put out without. It wasn't a problem with the album being put out. It was the they wanted him to change the name, and he was he didn't really want to budge, so it just came out as the N word. But this is why they were trying to suppress that word. I don't know. It's like they understand when you use it, it's a mantra. Nigga is the snake. And your Kundalini energy is connected to that word. The earth has a Kundalini energy. So what they realized was us using this word was like a mantra that was raising the energy of the earth. It still does. A billion niggas saying nigga, nigga, nigga every 5 minutes. That raises the vibration of the earth to one degree or another. So that word, you look at the word moron. When you think of a moron, you think of somebody that's stupid or whatever. But the more is the black man, water, the mother, the mermaid, that's divine. Then the more and the on is Osiris, on of a million years. The on is the sun in the darkness of space. Like I was saying, you got on, the O is the Osirian aspect of the light. And the N would allude to the new, or the dark waters of noon. The sun, after it sets, when it's in the sky, you don't see the dark water, you see the blue. But then when it when the sun sets and goes beneath the earth or beneath the horizon, the sun is sitting in a dark place. It's sitting in the back of the neck of the earth. So I said on of a million years. It's called on of a million years because a million is just a million years is just like just a, when you think of a million, you think of a lot. So the word, the reason it's called on of a million years is just that alludes to the unlimited dark matter or the dark space. The unlimited unbounded space. So moron, that's you in a meditative state. That's when the light is in the dark. That's the mind within in the hidden place, the dark, the sunken place. When you meditate, you're basically concentrating your energy or your psyche or your soul to the back of the mind of the dark waters. You're taking a mud bath. You're splashing into that dark melanin substantia nigra action. So that's one, moron. Then it's another word which we're gonna get into later when I start putting about this book. It's a word there. It's talking about a good God named Ker. Said the name signifies healthy, wellness. Nowadays, you use the word cure, and they go hand in hand. No, I'm lying. Cure. I should have been flipped straight to this. I just read it. Let me see. I think I got it wrong with it. Let me make sure. We'll get to it. I'm lying. I think in this book it was saying cur means sickness, blah 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 blah. And maybe I'm wrong. I'll find it though, and we'll deal with it. I don't want to give y'all no false information. But yeah, and there's other words that I've seen. See if I can think of one. Can't pull one up right now, but yeah. So basically, what I'm dealing with in the video here, you have the devil. Now, I'm sure anybody with any kind of sense, no matter if you subscribe to Christianity or Judaism or Islam or whatever you want to call it, even if you do subscribe to that and you think, God is the, whatever, that's what you worship, and the devil is seen as something that's just completely evil, or I don't even want to say evil. It's, when you start learning the true meaning of these words, I have to use it within the same context that the general masses uses it in, because to explain, but that word is not that word is just basically what I just broke down to you. That evil and moron is the same thing. Eve is the beginning, El is the star. The beginning is when the star is in the darkness before it's manifested into till it comes, before it represents the light before it comes out of the dark. So but it can go both ways, because one of the it's basically like, if you're, the word ignorant means to be unaware of something. So if you're unaware yourself or unaware of your mind within the darkness of your physical body, because the physical body does correspond to darkness, that can be considered evil when you don't know how to bring the light out in order to navigate out here. It's potential light, but the word is not necessarily evil within itself. It's not bad within itself. First and foremost, dealing with God and the devil. Like I was saying, I don't care what religion you're a part of. I know if you logic, if you know how to think and use your logic. I know it just is what it is. You say God created everything. Everything came from God. That's just, ain't no way around that. Ain't no way around it. I don't care what religion you is. And if you're gonna say that, which I don't even, if you're gonna say that, which is totally false, but if you're gonna say that, if you're gonna think about the devil within the context of how you've been trained to think by going to church and this concept of devil that the religions of the world have given you, the religions of the world being nothing but political forces. Those are just political groups that push an agenda to make you believe, and once you believe, they can lead you where they want to lead you within the context of these religions. So if I wanted you to march on or protest something, I can say, hey, that's bad, that's the devil, that's the blah 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 blah. We're God's people, Christian people, stand up. And without thinking, you're gonna roll out because of what you've been trained to believe, without exploring other ideologies and other cultures, cultural perceptions of God and the devil. And everything is everything. Even the proper way of viewing all this is not too far away from the way the common or the average person views good and evil. But what happens is people lose the understanding that all this stuff is connected. So God created the world. He has to be he has to be held responsible for the ills of the world too. Y'all play favoritism. It's like what you've been trained to. They make you believe, they have you thinking that God is something separate from the devil. How can God be something separate from the devil? That means the devil is just as powerful as God. Perfect example of these actually just being two different energies, the positive and the negative. Those are energies. Those are go get you, like I say, go get a battery. It has a positive sign on there and a negative sign. The positive emits energy. The negative absorbs energy. So when you look at Job, now Job, you know, as the story goes, Job was basically a victim of a victim of a dice game between God and the devil. I mean, it was a gambling match. Gambling match. He did tell me I'm lying. The devil said, I can do some things to Job that'll make him ask, why have you forsaken him, blah, 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 blah. And God said, well, let's get it on. Fuck it. Let's see. I'm just keeping it 100. Ain't that what happened? All my Bible thumpers. Ain't that the story? Job and with God and the devil. The devil said, I fuck this nigga shit up, and he'll stop fucking with you, bro. And you know, God was like, well, shit, nigga, let's see. let's get it on, nigga. You can pass the eat, nigga. Let me hit that dope. Give them dice. They rocking on it. But nah, man. And you have to understand the symbolical meaning of that story too, because for it to even make more sense, even within the context of trying to keep the morality thing in it, where we're thinking of God as just like alien from the devil or whatever, or from the negative evil forces or whatever. Cause and I can do that. You know, cause ultimately, basically what that story represents is all the stuff that Job goes through represents the physical experience that you're going through. The spiritual or the soul self, the absolute self, the experience that you have in this physical world, which was always deemed the adversary, even by ancient ancestors. And then you can even take it into the Bible where it speaks about not being of the flesh. Your soul is going through the Job thing. Even your job is a goddamn Job story. You be that motherfucking your ass kicked, you know, taking all that bullshit, trying to get a check, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, yeah, I'm finna go clock out and never come back. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing something you like doing. That's why it's good to, you know, to strive to do something that you feel like you like doing. Because everybody has to work. Work is something that even in the, you know, our ancestors, when you go start, you know, read up on that, you know what I'm saying, you have to put your work in. But the real work is spiritual work. That's the way it really counts it. But you do have to work here to earn things and have things and live cool and all that, and that's good. But so the aspect of the story where it's a thing where they're trying to see if Job still staying faithful to God after all of his adversities. It's basically Job not forgetting that he is God. So to apply the story to you, it's coming to this physical body and remembering throughout all the trials and tribulations that you are divine, or not even just trials and tribulations, just as existed as a physical human, and still remembering that it's something within you that's greater than just a physical shell. Which is the vessel, if you go back to the Job story, everything he goes through is physical. So the physical his challenges are physical challenges that are made possible via his physical body, plagues and diseases and shit and whatever. So that's what that is. Also, in his book The Devil by Jeffrey Burton Russell, what he does is, you'll see the book, I know, you know, in your Christian training, to have you like, oh no, I'm not reading that. But shit, man, even if you looking at yourself like one of God's soldiers, and you look at the devil as some type of adversarial enemy outside of yourself, shit, man, and if it's a war, don't you supposed to go and learn about your enemy? You're supposed to study your enemy. But you won't, but people are so the fear I have you know, you went to somebody's house and you was a reader, say you went to you had to stay at somebody's house or whatever, for whatever reason, for like a week or two, one of your friends' house, and you a reader and they're a reader, but you ain't got your books, but you want to read, and you see that book and you a quote unquote Christian, you wouldn't even grab that book. You'll think that you're doing something against the rules of God just by even reading that book, when that's totally not the case. All these things are a part of you. If you want to look at what a devil is in the sense of evil, it's the physical world, it's your body. That's why you have to keep the body under control. Because the El, the star, when it's in the dark, is a chaotic light. It's not like that's the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is filled with chaos. Black people are chaos beings. And not just chaos in the sense of crazy shit that's going on the physical earth. Chaos just means uncontrollable or unpredictable, all over the place. When you, but you formulate your words and ideas that you use to manifest on this physical planet in the mind before you bring them into the awareness of outside of yourself or whatever. But in your collective unconscious or your subconscious mind exists everything that ever was, every type of thought form, all that. And some of these tendencies, especially in people that we deem crazy or insane, these are people who they don't know how to suppress or hold or control these tendencies that brew up in the back of the, or that brew up in the subconscious mind. So these tendencies tend to spring forth with no guidance. See, it's certain things that we all do. A lot of things that we do, and you think nothing of it, because they're usually did in an orderly fashion. So by them being done in an orderly fashion, for things to be done in an orderly fashion, that means that everything is in harmony. This goes back to people. Harmony with it, mentally harmony, or within a social aspect, mentally harmony is getting along, compromise, in order for everything to flow smooth. You know what I'm saying? So when I was locked up, I got, like I said in my if you go check out my little story, whatever. When I got locked up for a robbery that I was absolutely positively innocent of. And so I'm like, when they tell me what I'm going to jail for and shit, I'm like, I'm tripping at first, and I'm like, you know what, I ain't tripping. This back when I was thinking of, I was guess you could say a Christian, just like the average person or whatever, or I was religious or whatever. And I was like, well, God ain't gonna let me. I'm a good dude, I ain't perfect, but I know I haven't did anything heinous enough to just get sent to the slam on some shit I ain't do or whatever. So I'm like, I know I was like, I know I'll be alright because I know I ain't do it. I know God ain't gonna let me go out like that. Which was some dumb shit to say, because before it even happened, I used to tell motherfuckers just banging on the system. I used to be like, man, everybody that ain't guilty of what they go to jail for. There's a lot of innocent people down there. So anyway, after that, after I did go to jail and did get found guilty, I was like, well, wait the fuck up a minute. What's going on? When I really just started looking like, what kind of God is this? But I always knew there was some funny stuff going on with the Bible shit, because I'm an inquisitive person. Even within the training of being a Christian, I still had questions, and I never allowed fear. Basically, the psychological attack that people use via Christianity wasn't effective on me enough to where I would be even scared to ask questions. Because I know that's what the deal is with a lot of people. You know, that fear, this hellfire, when really hell, you're already in hell. Hell is this hell of your system. Hell is the physical world is a shell, a hell, a shell. The S is the Kundalini energy, the serpent. The hell is the physical body. When basically the root chakra, because the root chakra, which is the red chakra, which is the animal nature chakra, that's why you see the devil as they present him to you in red. Why he wrote this book, because the real devil is the ego, or the ego's tendency to operate as if the physical world is the only thing that there is. That's when you believe in everything outside of you, and you even think that God is something outside of you. That's when you are doing what the quote-unquote jealous God wants you to do, which is worship no other God than him. So that's how they twist the game with you. You know, in the Bible, the God, quote-unquote, the good God says that, but actually that is a subtle illusion alluding to what the real quote-unquote evil is in a psychological sense. The hell, the earth being a solar system. Another word for solar is Helios. The Helios system. The Helios system. So, that's the lower nature. It's hot down there. When you get horny, what happens? You get hot. They say Jesus went to hell to get the key. Jesus going to hell to get the key is when the Kundalini energy, after building the body, falls into the root chakra or the hell, and it goes into the hell fire or whatever. You get the key by coming to the physical earth and reconciling your understanding with, or reconciling your soul with the physical body, or within the physical body, or why having this experience within the physical body. The key is waking up and realizing who you are. So when you descend into this physical body, and then you're able to remember who you come into this body. That's the coming into the hell. The physical body is a cooking vessel. That's why your insides are hot, so to speak. You even have ancient deities. What's they called? I can't remember the name of that goddess, but it's dealing with the cooking thing. When you cook, or cooking in an alchemical sense of the word would be raising the Kundalini energy up and cooking the melanin and bringing out the light from within the melanin. Just as like yeast rise when you cooking it, when you baking cakes and shit. That's why in ancient Kemetic mythology, you hear about Osiris drinking beer, eating cakes, or the baking of cakes. The melanin rises. I mean the light rises out of the neuromelanin or the melanin within you, and as it, in the same sense as bread or cake rising when you're cooking it. So that's why chocolate cake is called devil's food cake, because the devil corresponds to the melanin too, the darkness that, or the devil, the D would allude to the double. Devil comes from the word diabos, which means doppelganger, or your double. You have two Kais. You have your spiritual Kai. The spiritual Kai is within the melanin that's in you. That's the soul or the spirit body, the light body, the light. And then you have the physical Kai, or the physical body, which is the body that you see on the surface. So even when you get in the sun starts to cook you. That dark melanin rises to the top. The devil is not what you think it is. Now, going back to when I was locked up, so I started thinking about, like, well, what the hell is God, the devil, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, well, I started thinking about all the things that would be deemed evil. I said, well, what do we call evil? When something happened, something bad happened, what I started thinking of examples of bad things, and the more examples I came up with, the more I started to realize, like, okay, well, for the most part, things that are considered bad are things that are done by one individual at the expense of other individuals, which would be a violation of order. There was a point in time where we didn't need laws and rules to tell us to do the right thing. That was just what it was. We didn't start having these problems until we began to go to sleep, or we started to fall. So when you hear about the fall of the devil and all the war in heaven and all that, the fall is your soul falling into a physical state. And I started thinking about good, all the good things, and good people, and good virtuous qualities. And I started to, know thyself. I was like, well, I'm a good person. To me, what is it that drives me to be as orderly and considerate of other people within my walk? And shit, it all came back to words like peace, and being respectful, and just and having it was just natural. I strive to be or strive to treat others the way I want to be treated. Not even strive, it's something naturally, but I act with that in mind just for the sake of that. Not because the church told me to, not because I'm trying to get a Scooby snack from God. It's just, that's what I feel, that's what I always felt comfortable doing. We all have our moments and shit, but it's all about where you center at. See, the difference between two people who do bad or people who fall short, people that just really fucked up. People that fall short or do something, first and foremost, you have to be you have to understand that you're doing something that's violating somebody else, and you have to feel like you're doing it even after you've done it. The guilt, how you deal with your guilt, is basically what you're judged on, as far as I'm concerned, on who's good people, you know, the difference between good people and bad people or whatever. Because guilt, the whole purpose, the psychological purpose of guilt is to basically tap you on your shoulder and say, hey, you gotta fix that. And how do you fix it? First and foremost, you repent. Well, how do you repent? Well, what I'm telling you is this. You repent to yourself. You forgive yourself, but you have to first feel like you've done something. You have to first be uncomfortable with whatever happened, and then say, you know what? I don't like the way I'm feeling right now. This uncomfort, this feeling of uncomfort, it's gonna be the reason why I don't do that shit again, or I'm making my business not to do that again, or whatever. And you got some people that it's just like they don't give a fuck. They do shit, and they don't do that, you know. So and that's what leads to all the savage in pursuit of happiness type of action. People that just go around and step on toes with no regard to the existence of others. That's why they do that. It's damn near like a disease. Like I say, nobody's perfect, but you know, it's all about what you center at. So I highly recommend this book because basically what it deals with, it shows you different views of what we in Western society call evil. They show you evil and how it was perceived and personified and taught in different civilizations through over different ages of time or periods of time. Now, going back to the subconscious mind, the subconscious mind is where many different deities reside. In the Bible, you'll see a part of the Bible where it says, I am legions, or I have legions in me. The legions, the 1,000 soldiers, or whatever you want to call it, within the context of Christianity, they teach it as if it's something that's evil. When actually the legions are all of the ancestors that are passed on that you are made of. The 1,000 is just like what we're telling you with the million. It's not necessarily 1,000. It's the 1,000 just alludes to many. This is how you make contact with those that are passed on, whether it be dreams, meditation, or whatever. You go into the on state, you raise your energy, you focus your consciousness to the back or to the subconscious mind. That's why you close your eyes and go into the dark. And that's where you meet with the ancestors and do that type of work at. And you do that by you can meditate, use certain signs and symbols to invoke these deities or whatever. And then you have the archetype, which you have the archetype of the collective unconscious. The archetypes are basically all the different deities that you see in Egypt and Greece and Rome and the black versions and and all these different mythologies. These are these mythologies. That's why mythology is so important. Mythology will give you a better understanding of quote unquote God and the devil, because mythology doesn't deal with the devil as if it's something separate from the rest of everything that's going on. So when you see it, when you look at it as something separate from you, you start to look at it as something you have no control over. So when you realize that it's a part of you, then that's how you can, just like I was saying, when you realize that the devil, when you're the devil, then that's when you can say, well, let me wrangle, or let me put a clutch or a leash on these wild thoughts that I have, so that I won't be around this motherfucker like a straight up maniac. That's the light bound in the darkness, or the light create boundaries on the dark. If you go and watch Batman, the Dark Knight Rises, back to the Bane thing, this is what Bane represented. He represented the subconscious mind, the soot. That's why he was in the sewer. One of the versions of soot is setback, the crocodile. Now, on one hand, the crocodile symbolizes darkness and the adversary of the physical, fleshly world because of its fleshly look, its gross look. But then it also symbolizes, the positive aspect of it would be the ability to be the light within the dark, or see within the darkness, because the alligator can see through the murky waters, the dark waters. Go back to the dark waters, the noon thing. It's a scene on there where they go into the World Trade Center, if I'm not mistaken, something on Wall Street or whatever. They're going there, and for one, you see all these people, and you see some of them have different colors on. Like, these are the colors of the chakras. You go look at that scene, you'll see different. You'll see a couple people wearing red, a couple people wearing yellow, a couple people wearing blue, green, purple. Well, Bane basically is the one with the red on. He has the red motorcycle helmet on, and symbolizing the root chakra. So after they do their business up in there, and you'll really pay attention. You'll see the chakra colors when Bane comes out. He comes out the door of the joint with on the motorcycle. And all the people come out after him, or something like that. And then on the on the motorcycle, he has a hostage. The hostage is tied to him, but he's facing the opposite direction. This is the Sutor. First and foremost, they're on a motorcycle. The reason why they chose the motorcycle for that scene, the motorcycle has two wheels. The two wheels correspond to the doubling. That's what happened with a lot of these mythologies. You'll have God, and you have the separation, which becomes the devil or the spirit when it becomes the physical, the doubling. You bring it back to the oneness by taking control over the physical body, letting the high play its proper position over the low, or over the physical. Horus symbolizes the light. So when you look at Horus, the Sutor symbol in Egypt, which is Horus, this right here. The falcon symbolizes Horus, and then the donkey or the ass symbolizes soot, which is the prototype of the devil. This is where what you call the devil comes from, in Egypt. And actually, that's the oldest ancient, in terms of being quote unquote worship. the oldest two were Soot or Set in the Mut, which is the son, and Tiamat, which was the mother, the hippopotamus. She was represented by a hippopotamus. The hippopotamus alludes to, first and foremost, hippopotamuses are black, and then they appear as if they're pregnant. And then the Soot is the sun. I mean, it's the light, but it's the light within the darkness. It's the light before it is born. So that's basically a pregnant woman, because you can see the actual life developing within the stomach of the pregnant woman by her the protrusion of the stomach, but you don't actually see the baby. And that's why pregnant women have that glow, because they had it's the hidden light within them. Developing this, the light is at work constructing the physical body. The same way you construct thoughts within your dark mind, within the dark room of the mother, the light is forming the physical child, the baby. So that's why women glow when they're pregnant, because that light is real. You basically got her Kundalini engine soul, and you got this new being coming. So go back to what I was saying about the psychological aspect of Soot and Horus. Soot will represent the chaotic thoughts that's in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is everything. That's where the oneness comes from. There's no boundaries there. People that have some type of disability when it comes to the Horus aspect of them, or the light, or who have mental problems or conscious problems with the conscious mind, they don't know how to control the thoughts that run rampant in the subconscious mind. Like I've seen people who just ran out things all day. You know, mentally ill people that just yell out stuff continuously, and each thing they yell out has nothing to do with the last thing. So it's just like, yeah, Mike Tyson was the greatest, but I like ice cream. But ice cream, cake is better than ice cream. But cake, see, cake, they got cake. See, cake, it was raining yesterday. You know, I've seen that before. And I identified it. I said, that's these thoughts coming out of the subconscious mind. There's something going on with the front. They're not, it's that subconscious mind is not suppressed. It's not, the subconscious mind is boundless, but the light is supposed to put boundaries or keep the subconscious mind suppressed and orderly manifest thoughts. See, that's the double chaos. The chaos is supposed to be in the subconscious mind. The chaos, in that case, is the subconscious, is all these thoughts in the subconscious mind ping-ponging everywhere and actually manifesting, you know. And y'all niggas ain't safe either, because it's them goddamn thoughts that you niggas is, you know, quote-unquote sane people, they just know how to suppress the shit. So, you know, that's why I tell everybody shit stink, because you want to just break it down, because at the end of the day, who knows what the fuck a motherfucker thinking. Everybody think their own thoughts, and everybody think shit that they wouldn't tell another motherfucker, whoop or some weird shit, and weird dreams and all that old shit. So, you know, niggas just know how to suppress them shits better than them crazy motherfuckers. Crazy motherfuckers be telling the truth, they just let it loose. Hold on real quick. Yeah, that's why that type of shit occurs. So when you look at good and bad. Now, I get it, don't get me wrong. But the reason why it's so many people that, with so much complaining about how people don't get along, how this, that, and third, is one, everybody's separated. Now that's a science. The separation, it's not really it's really an illusion. But the real problem dealing with people is everybody, you got everybody is, no two people are the same in the sense of individual self, because just look at it like this. You have basketball. Everybody got their favorite basketball teams. Everybody got their religion. Everybody got their preference of food. Everybody got their own personal preferences. Now, on one hand, what happens is people take you not agreeing with them, or you not having the same views as them, personal, and they start to act as if this makes you an adversary, or they take themselves too serious, so to speak. So it's like, I might say, man, Heavy D's one of the best rappers. Somebody else might say, no, he ain't. And I'll argue back and forth with it for a minute. I will, put up what I basically state what makes me say that, and they'll do what they do, and then that's that. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying? It don't turn to I don't like you no more because you feel like Heavy D ain't the best rapper thing. But that's what people do. A long time, hold up. So, now don't get me wrong. Everybody gonna have their biases. I'm biased against motherfuckers that do fucked up shit. I'm not gonna look at a rapist and say, well, he just prefers to rape people, so, it's all good. No, I'm gonna be like everybody else. Yeah, he's fucked up. You need to, and he's fucked up because he's got an extreme case of not understanding how not to pursue fulfilling his desires. He's sick because he goes about pursuing his desires by any means, even if it means a violation of somebody else. That's a problem when you're operating within this. See, that's a thought he's having in his mind or his subconscious. And instead of coming up with the proper way, like, well, let me step to shorty and put the Mac down. Nah, he steps to shorty and put the smack down and rap the rap. As, and just watching it with a decent motherfucker to see the motherfucker rape, that will have a psychological impact on you. Because what they about the subconscious mind views everything as the whole. So subconsciously you see yourself in that situation, in the rape situation. That's why when you go watch movies and somebody get fucked up, you cover your eyes up. It's like an immediate reaction. unless you just one of them sadistic motherfuckers that